Mad Max Fury Road's arrival on Netflix means it's time to revisit the prequel with 90% on RT, which also just hit Netflix. The arrival of Mad Max, Fury Road and Furiosa. A Mad Max saga on Netflix makes it the perfect time to revisit both of George Miller's modern action epics. Miller, who is the mastermind behind the entire Mad Max franchise that began with Mel Gibson in the lead role back in 1979, released his first Mad Max movie since 2015's Oscar-winning Fury Road with the 2024 prequel Furiosa. Although it was one of the most highly anticipated films of 2024, Furiosa underperformed at the box office, earning just under $174 million against a reported budget of $168 million. Mad Max, Fury Road, on the other hand, was by far the most celebrated installment of Miller's dystopian wasteland franchise, earning more than $380 million worldwide and 6 Academy Awards, including Best Film Editing, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Sound Editing. Due to the enormous record-setting success of the Australian-made Fury Road, expectations were sky-high for Furiosa long before the film's 2024 release. While Furiosa didn't achieve the same critical or box office success as its predecessor, it's still a great movie that's well worth the watch on Netflix. Mad Max, Fury Road and Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, are both now on Netflix. What the two movies are about. Mad Max, Fury Road takes place in a post-apocalyptic Australian landscape, where water is scarce and controlled by a dictator-like warlord ruler, Immortan Joe. Joe keeps a group of women captive in his desert castle, who Furiosa plans to rescue and return to their flourishing oasis, homeland known as the Green Place. She and Max Rokitansky, otherwise known as Mad Max, form an unlikely alliance as they embark on an epic two-way road race to end Immortan Joe's reign. Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron lead the cast as Mad Max and Furiosa, respectively, and are supported by Nicholas Hoult, Zoe Kravitz, Riley Keough, and Hugh Keays-Byrne. Furiosa is the origin story of Charlize Theron's Fury Road character, played by Anya Taylor-Joy of The Queen's Gambit and The Witch Acclaim. Furiosa was originally meant to be filmed back-to-back with Fury Road, but ran into financial obstacles. However, the two projects are cut from a similar cloth and are essentially companion pieces to one another. Furiosa is also portrayed by Australian actress Alila Brown in the prequel, which takes place over the course of a decade before the events of Fury Road. Furiosa was kidnapped from the Green Place as a child by the warlord Dementus, played by Chris Hemsworth, and teams up with Praetorian Jack, Tom Burke. Furiosa is a good movie, but circumstances were working against it. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, received very strong reviews, which resulted in a 90% Rotten Tomatoes critic score and a nearly identical audience score of 89%. Critics applauded Furiosa in similar ways to Fury Road, acknowledging its gripping action sequences, unforgettable visual style, and intriguing story that built on the mysterious lore of Furiosa's backstory, who was arguably the most interesting character in Fury Road. While it may not have been as exceptional as the 2015 installment, Furiosa was in no way a disappointing follow-up besides its shocking box office woes. Furiosa was one of several great blockbusters from the early half of 2024 that failed to meet industry expectations, similar to Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt's action comedy The Fall Guy. The box office has certainly shifted and lessened since the recent pandemic, which is shown by the staggering number of 2023 franchise sequels that also underperformed at the box office, such as The Flash and Indiana Jones and The Dial of Destiny. Still, a 90% Rotten Tomatoes score typically coincides with at least a modest box office showing, which Furiosa remarkably did not attain. In theory, Miller, Taylor-Joy and Hemsworth should have pulled in a much higher number than what they ended up with. Fans should still watch Furiosa for its character development, action, and world building. Fans of Mad Max Fury Road should still absolutely check out Furiosa, as it has a lot of similar strengths to the 6-time Oscar winner before it. Many viewers who were taken by the full-throttle pace of Fury Road will find a similar frantic energy captured in Furiosa, while also being drawn into an intricate and expansive story with Furiosa front and center. Reviews alone indicate that Furiosa is one of the most unique and spectacular action movies of 2024, which will probably be looked upon in hindsight with a huge question mark about its box office performance. Regardless, viewers who never got the chance to see it on the big screen can now enjoy Furiosa from the comfort of their homes on Netflix.